What's going on, everyone? Welcome into the Cleveland Browns Report by Chat Sports. Matthew Peterson here, recapping the latest on your Cleveland Browns with the help of a legend, Bernie Kosar, using our Bernie Heads Rumor Meter. Kind of a scale of believability. We've picked up some new subscribers since we last showed this, so just to remind some of the newer folks here, if we give a story 0 Bernie Heads, it's fake news. Don't worry about it. 4 Bernie Heads, it's Believeland. 1, 2, and 3, we're working our way up there. So, with that being said, let's jump into segment number 1 on today's show. The Senior Bowl. It's this weekend. Is it important to monitor? Is it important to follow? I'm going to give it 3 Bernie Heads, right? I don't think it has to be a 4 Bernie Heads. Otherwise, I'd be Jim Nagy. But I think it is something to check in on, see what's going on here. Because it's underway right now. They've done some measurements and they're doing some individual drills. The game itself is on Saturday, and the Browns are, of course, there scouting out potential draft targets, which maybe you see that and you go, well, does that actually ever turn into them picking any of these players? Like, come on. It does. You know who the Senior Bowl MVP was last year? This guy, Perion Winfrey, who the Browns looked at and they eventually drafted. So this is kind of a good reason why to keep some tabs, right? Pick up some buzz from it, and we'll do that for you here. Now, if you happen to be at a bar or something and the Senior Bowl is on because there's no good sports on this weekend, really, well, here are 5 players as kind of a cheat sheet right here, just to watch and look out for. I'm going to go with Rashee Rice, the wide receiver out of SMU. He might really benefit from the Senior Bowl and the Combine. With his speed, he might climb all the way up early round 2, where the Browns are picking at 42. Xavier Hutchinson, he continues to be the best in the Big 12 year after year. I'm a little surprised he's not getting more round 1 buzz. I think that'd be another name to watch for at round 2. Carl Brooks, he doesn't go to a big Power 5 school, but he's a big fella, and he might be one of those sleepers to keep an eye on. Derek Hall out of Auburn, if Cleveland decides Alex Wright, he's not ready to start, that could be a potential opposite of Myles Garrett defensive end. And then there's this guy, Jamie Robinson, who I continue to fall in love with. Just watching the tape and whatnot. 1 interception, 5 pass breakups in 2022. But what really I look at here is the run stopping ability, because you need that if you're going to move on from John Johnson in a Jim Schwartz defense. And 99 tackles last year goes to show he's got no problem stepping up into the box and blowing up a run play. Now, when it comes to the wide receivers we talked about here, Rice and Hutchinson, their stats are on screen for you guys. They were both really good last year and not in prolific offenses, and that says a lot. Rice, 1,300 yards, 10 touchdowns, and then Hutchinson, who's more of a possession receiver, 107 receptions, 1,100 yards, and 6 touchdowns. So if Cleveland doesn't go wide receiver in free agency and never makes a trade for a guy like Brandon Cooks or DeAndre Hopkins or whoever's been getting all the buzz lately, these could be 2 players that end up in brown and orange. So that's why it's important to keep an eye on the Senior Bowl. Now, I do want to ask this question to all of you watching, and I invite you to get in the comments section. Which do you like more, the draft or free agency? I lean draft. Now, the Browns don't have a very good success in the draft, but they also don't have a long history of bringing on big, sexy free agents. So for that reason, I'll still lean draft, but let me know which one you like more. And hey, while you're getting your comments down below, if you have not subscribed to the channel yet, please go ahead and do so, because the offseason is here, of course, and we're going to get a lot of news and rumors on free agents the Browns are looking at, players they're looking at, and the draft, and you won't want to miss a thing, and that's why you got to be subscribed. Second story on today's show. Kareem Hunt, is he returning to Cleveland in 2023? You can give us 1 Bernie head. I'm really close to doing half a Bernie head, fake news, but I don't want to cut Bernie's head in half. Listen, so this story comes from Scott Petrak, who said that Kareem Hunt is unlikely to return unless it's on a cheap deal and no other team wants him. And that's true. That's true. Hunt is 27 right now. He's an unrestricted free agent this offseason. But my question is this new to anyone, or is it just me that woke up really every morning since like October onwards and knew Kareem Hunt was not returning in 2023? it was a pretty disappointing season. And at the end of the year, I think we all remember yelling at our TVs, stop giving him the ball. Nothing happens with it. Blame it on the run a little bit, blame it on the offensive line a little bit, blame it on him. 468 yards on the ground, 210 through the air, 4 touchdowns, half of which came in the first 2 weeks of the season. So, cheap or not, I'd rather just roll with Jerome Ford, give now the second-year player out of Cincinnati some more touches, some more reps, and see if he can develop into a second, an understudy for Nick Chubb, rather than give it to Kareem Hunt, who, if he does come back, it's going to be on a 1-year deal. It's going to be on a veteran minimum contract. And I don't see any reason to believe that he'll come back and be a huge catalyst to this offense in 2023. Today's show, by the way, was made possible by BetUS. That's our sportsbook partner here at Chat Sports. And they're offering the Dog Pound a 125% deposit bonus when you go to chatsports.com/bet and you use promo code Browns125. Listen, when it comes to Super Bowl, here's what my theory is. When it comes to betting on the big bowl, you don't bet the over. You don't bet the under. No, you pick a winner. That's the American thing to do. And I think the Chiefs are probably going to win this one. Give me Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid over Nick Sirianni and Jalen Hurts. So I'm putting my money down on KC. Ride with me or fade me by using that link and promo code at the bottom of your screen. Third segment on today's show, Jacoby Brissett. Did he get screwed over? You betcha. 4 Bernie heads, baby. This was unbelievable. The Pro Bowl has to be canceled. This has to be some trivia we look back on in 30 years and go, wait, which backup quarterback made the Pro Bowl that killed it officially? Oh, yeah, Tyler Huntley. He wasn't even that good. He was decent in the playoff game against Cincinnati, but somehow Brissett was passed on, which, just so we're clear, Brissett's not a Pro Bowl quarterback either. But if we're being honest, he is much more qualified for the 2022 Pro Bowl than Tyler Huntley, okay? In pretty much every single category possible. This is just an embarrassment. And it's not even just Brissett got screwed over. I think we'd all agree Bailey Zappi would have been cooler in the Pro Bowl. Tyler Huntley was not a Pro Bowl backup quarterback. He just wasn't. So, Tyler Huntley, I think, might have killed the Pro Bowl. I think the entire sports world yesterday agreed, okay, it's now gotten officially out of control. We've had some borderline players make it before where we go, are they really a Pro Bowler? Maybe, I guess. I think Tyler Huntley was just as surprised as we were when he got the call. Now, the Pro Bowl, if you're not familiar, there's no game this year. It's flag football and dodgeball and some other skills competition. And Huntley probably will be a very good dodgeball player. I get that athleticism from him, but it still goes down as a Pro Bowl on his record, and it could have gone to someone else's record who's more deserving of it. And we always, shit talk the Pro Bowl, but then we look back and we use it as a way to measure players, right? We constantly go, dude, he's a 5-time Pro Bowler. This has to be the moment we go, saying he's a 3-time, 6-time, 7-time Pro Bowler should not mean anything when you're debating who's better and whatnot. Before we go, I need some help from all of the longtime viewers here at the channel or any new ones that made it to the end of the show. I've got a bachelor party trip coming up this weekend, so if you don't see me, you might know why, or if you see me from hitting the slopes not those kind of slopes, no, the ones in Lake Tahoe, well, that is why. But I want to know, what's your best bachelor party tip? This is my second bachelor party I've gone on, not mine own. But let me know if you've got any tips for a bachelor party. Not bachelor like myself, but yeah, a bachelor party participant and future drunk bachelor party participant. Let me know what tips you have down in the comment section.